Okay, so this video, I had no plan on doing. It was really a Jackie Hill Perry video that I saw, I believe. And she was just explaining, congratulations to her, by the way. She's having a boy, she's having a son. And if you don't know her journey, basically her and her husband have been trying to have a son for a while now. She has, I believe, 3 daughters. And she was just explaining the process of like wanting a son. I believe she had a dream of a son, and like she just wouldn't get one. And then like basically, I don't want to say the whole story because I would really like you guys to watch it, but something crazy happened, and she had a dream the night before that she was having a boy, and she had to call her husband up like, don't do what you're about to do. And so I really recommend you guys to watch that because it just reminds me, number one, of our faith / our lack of faith, as well as God's faithfulness. And I have some Bible scriptures, but this is really just me speaking. I've been reading a lot of, the Gospels and the New Testament because last year I was obsessed with the Old Testament. And the Old Testament is so fire. Like, please read the Old Testament. But this year I'm learning about the Gospels. I'm learning about Jesus and the fact that he literally died. He died for us, so that anyone who believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Thank you, Jesus. But anyways, so in her video, I was listening to it. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. We're supposed to please him with faith. However, if you read the New Testament and you read anything about the disciples, you know how much they lacked faith. And I believe in my heart of hearts that there's something about being human and questioning God's power, or just trying to understand him, that just allows him to work in a way that like will create such amazing testimonies. And this isn't to say, oh, like lacking faith is a good thing. I hope I'm not giving that, I'm not trying to say that at all. We should all be having faith. We should all be praying for the Lord to increase our faith the same way the disciples did. But isn't that crazy? The disciples asked for that. And we're our disciples. Like, we're followers of Jesus. So we should be asking for the same thing. Now, what I'm saying is that everywhere in the Bible, from the Old Testament to the New, even when, even Gideon, even Abraham, the list goes on, there was a point where they lacked faith. Abraham, who was known for being righteous because of his faith, he lacked faith and had sex with Hagar because he didn't believe he could have a baby with his wife Sarah, even though God told him they could. They would. It was definitely that. But what I'm saying is that there's something when you lack faith sometimes where God will really wow us. And it really goes to show how much he's faithful to us. I know there are times where I wish someone would believe me, like if I said something, and I just wish they believe me, and I'd be like, whatever, like, do you, like, cut them off or whatever. And God doesn't do that with us. Even when Timothy, I believe it was Timothy, when, Jesus came back from the dead. He came back from the dead, and Timothy was like, no, sorry, not Timothy, Thomas was like, yeah, well, I didn't see that for myself. He's telling the disciples, like, I didn't see Jesus for myself. So I'm going to need to see him and poke my hand through the holes of his hand, poke my hand in the side of his, in the cut, in the side, to make sure that this is him, because I don't believe it. You know how much faith you have to lack to be with God, the image of God, walking at least 3 years or around that, walking with him, seeing him walk on water, and you're still saying, I have to see for myself that that God resurrected. And what did Jesus do? Jesus didn't say, you didn't believe in me. Like, he told Thomas, he said, go ahead, poke your hands through my hands and my flesh. And then he said, blessed are those who don't see me and still believe, or who haven't seen, you know what I mean? And it's beautiful how God has such a patience with us when we don't, when we struggle to have faith. When we struggle, Jesus still said, go ahead, do it. Me, I would have been like, you don't believe? Fine, I'm out. Peace out. A lot of us would have been like that. And his patience is what wows us. Thomas was speechless in that moment. I don't even think he poked his hand through. I have to reread that. So please, maybe it's in another gospel, but he was shocked. He was like, Lord, like, and you just keep seeing the same thing over and over in the Bible. Someone who lacked faith, no matter how righteous they were, some point they lacked faith. If you could find someone in the Bible who didn't lack faith, please comment them below. I would love to study that, honestly, because maybe I'm wrong, but from what I know, I don't know anyone. Even Peter, the ride or die for Jesus, was out here denying him. That is fear and a little bit of lack of faith. So, like, what I'm saying is basically, there is beauty in how he chooses to wow us in the most unexpected times, and his faithfulness. His faithfulness, man, like, his faithfulness is beautiful, and it just goes to show how much he really loves us, how unconditional his love is, how much no one can love us the way that he does, how much grace he has for us. Like, the list goes on and on, but yeah, I hope I'm saying this in the right way. Like, I don't ever want to twist the word at all. I really don't. But like I said, we're human. We live in flesh. There's going to be a time where we're struggling, where we're like, Lord, can you do this? Or why haven't you done this yet? Or whatever it is. And there's a little bit of lack of faith in some of those things. Even if it's for a tiny second, Because sometimes some people don't really struggle in that area as much as others, but it doesn't mean that they don't struggle. They might struggle for like 5 minutes and then start to pray and it goes away, but it still came. And God will still wow you. He does it all the time. He's so faithful. He's so faithful. I even think about Hannah. She kept going to that temple, praying and praying and praying. And she wanted a baby boy for so long. And I kind of believe that her tears were a sign of her lack of faith. Like, most times when you don't lack faith, you're excited, So God still wowed her. He gave her that baby. He gave her Samuel, the youngest. No, I don't know if it's the youngest prophet, but he was definitely a young prophet. So keep the faith up. And just remember, even in your lack of faith, that's when God will wow you. So you should have faith. When you're lacking faith, just go to the Bible. Choose any book, choose any story, whatever you want to do. And you will be like, all right, I don't have to worry about this anymore, because he's going to do it. He's going to wow me. He never fails. He never fails. So write down scriptures that you struggle with to help you. Write down scriptures about faith. I believe all of us should be doing this as believers, not just those who might lack faith more. Every single one of us should be doing this. Write down, you know, his promises, all of that. All of that's important. So, yeah, this is another little Bible study on faith and how his faithfulness, he does things to wow us. He understands us. And it is impossible to please him without faith. So once that thought comes in, please do something about it. Pray about it, worship about it, read a book about it, a chapter, you know, I mean a book in the Bible. Even though I'm sure Christian books are helpful, but you should always be going back to the Bible. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I have today. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please share this. Please. All right, I'm out. And yeah, watch Jackie Hill Perry's video. It'll be in my description box. That really was like, it was a game changer. It was a game changer. So, all right, later.